Hello everyone, today I will present you my 4th grade graduation project. The topic was a public library. Firstly, let's start to explain to you location of the project. The library is located in Istanbul, Kadıköy, which is at Asian side of the Turkey. In other words, it is at the entrance point of the Bosphorus. You can see the project site in here. This is a Bosphorus, this is a Black Sea, this is a Marmara Sea, and this is a historical peninsula where Sultanahmet and Hagia Sophia and Topkapi are located, and you can match this map and this perspective photo together, and this is a site and this is a Bosphorus, and you can follow them together, let's say. The Bosphorus is an international transit point. Istanbul is a city that has hosted many civilizations such as Byzantines, Ottomans, etc. And that's why we can think of the Bosphorus as an open space where structures such as Hagia Sophia, Galata Tower, Haydar Pasha, and Çamlıca Tower are exhibited. And as a first concept, Sultanahmet and Hagia Sophia are located in here, top of the hill. So new library will try to reach them. So when we look at the little bit of analysis, we can see the viewpoints of the site. The site directly see the historical peninsula and the Marmara Sea in that direction, and I divide them zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3, and they have a different kind of opportunities. So it's very important point. At the very important point is you little bit look at the close, maybe you can understand more better this location, and this is the code you see, this is the site, and this is the location of location of the building. And when we look at the transportation map, it's very easy to reach the site all over the Istanbul, let's say. And when we look at the quickly land use, this is the site here, and behind the site where we have commercial and the residential zones. You can check them more detailedly in the PDF. And this is the I have some proposed public transport, because I remove this bus and the dolmuş, which a car park unit, let's say, and I remove them, and that's why I propose new tram road around to this Yeldirmeni zone, let's say. Of course, this is a cove where our site is located, and this is a Kadıköy region, and this is the coastline of the Kadıköy. And for a landmark library for Istanbul, it's necessary to consider entire coastline. The coastline should be reconsidered as a cultural and entertainment zone of Istanbul. But there are many barriers that prevent people from reaching the coastline. That's why I find a new place for the bus stops and the buffets, and I organize a little bit the buffets and as a intervention area for a coastline. You can check it more detail, of course. This is a project site. This is a project, a new library, and you can see that how we can reach the building from all the access. So to summarize the design concept, at the beginning I mentioned that the new library part of the exhibition of the Bosphorus and work as a landmark of the city. So at the beginning, as I told you, there are many buildings are exhibited along the Bosphorus. So and also the sites, our site is at the very important point. So the new building also gonna be part of this exhibition path, let's say. And also I mentioned that the new building has effort to show itself. The new building, the new library, try to reach the Hagia Sophia and the Sultanahmet, so etc. And it presents as a part of the exhibition along with its platform, let's say. And also, as I mentioned in this viewpoint analysis, maintaining eye contact with the environment and the view is important. It's the orientation towards the Bosphorus, let's say. And because of the orientation, also it creates a square, let's say, public square in the site plan. But I will talk about later. As an architectural plan, you can also check more detailedly. We have, you see this, this is a public library. I didn't separate the library room by room, let's say, but it have a variety of functions that you are gonna see in the proposal, let's say. So I have some inspiration from the sea. Actually, this reflection, of course, also I inspired and I analyzed this reflection more detail. So when we see the overall building, it creates a square in front of it. Creates a square actually. The building is lifted from the ground, so it creates a new defined public square under it. And it's also, as I mentioned before, try to show itself to environment, to all the Istanbul, let's say. And of course, the building have outer structure and inner structure. Outer structure I will talk about more detailedly is concrete, and inner structure is a steel structure, and the steel structure is hanged to this outer structure. I mean the reinforced concrete is hanged to outer structure. So it's because under of here, I mean, there are multipurposel hole, and it of course creates a new defined a public square under of it. So it's beneficial or useful, let's say, to hang the building to outer structure. Of course, you can see some seaside intervention along with this model axis and the Rüstem axis. So this model axis is very actually public area, and this is also Rüstem axis is very public area for people. So these I have some interventions about them. You can check detailedly, of course. When we look at the site plan, green area have been redesigned as a concept according to axis of these roads actually, and the new tram road is proposed. You can see in here, and it's coming to the coastline. I'm gonna try to explain most of the things from this section, let's say. So as I mentioned in the axonometric wheel, it creates a square. So it looks to, this is the Bosphorus site, which is looks to, you know, the historical peninsula. The buildings designed like a stairs, so people can always have a connection with its surrounding. For example, if someone stay here or someone stay here or here, it always have an eye connection with its with the Bosphorus, let's say. And of course, it's the stairs design, let's say, kind of stairs. I say this one. It creates, it gives me very nice things, let's say. It's because, you know, this is a library, and I need to archive and do some digital media workshop and classes, and maybe we don't want to light to this room, for example. That's why I locate this archive and the digital media workshop. this under of these stairs, let's say, and they are the closed area. As you can, this is here, these are the closed area, and the people can focus on their work more better, let's say. Of course, I have some children lab and the DLF lab they are hanged the other shell, let's say. And of course, I have monumental stairs to reach the building, and they have all different design, different colors, and we have again, because of it's lifted from the ground, it creates a new kind of a temporary event square, let's say. Sometimes the coffee and playing area is going on there. So underneath of you can see this is a -3 level. So there are multipurposel hall, workshop area, and the cafe unit. So there is a temporary event space, and it works as a stage. People can listen them or hang out them from the rooftop side, actually. So some exhibitions are going under of the level, let's say, and the workshop can spread to this area, and people can follow them very easily, and maybe can participate to these workshop things. Basically, building is like that, actually. So this is the elevation of building, so people can also reach the top and read the books and the reading space, and of course always have a connection with its surrounding. And this other shelter is creates not reflection, of course, it's shadow, let's say. So I will show all things in the renders. So this is the elevation of this side, and so this is the coastline. People can hang out the coastline and so on. And of course, I have a public terrace, so also people can hang out them and have a connection with the public park, redesigned public park, let's say. So this is the other section. As you can see, this is from here, this section is here, and I'm looking to historical peninsula. As you can see, this is the Hagia Sophia and Topkapı, and so on. And these all digital media workshop and archive and the 3D scanning photometric are located under the stairs, let's say here, I mean. And of course, in the upper office, I have some study areas, and the library is located here. Main library is located there. And as I mentioned, the -3 levels, we have an exhibition and the workshop area. Of course, we have some exhibition spaces, and it gets some natural light to there, and it also creates a playful area for people, and people hang out them, right? And of course, the three sides of the building is surrounded by a water element, because you are gonna see again from my renders this under of the stairs, the material is reflected material. You and the people, for example, when they stand there, can easily see the surrounding. It's reflected surrounded, actually. At the beginning of the analysis, I mentioned also this reflection analysis to you, let's say. This is behind the building, actually, the other side of the building. So this is other elevation, let's say. This is for first page. If you have any question, you can make a comment. I'm really gonna be happy to see your comments, actually. So when I come to the floor plans, you can see the more detailed, but of course, if I would like to explain a little bit. it's a two floor plan, let's say, and you see this it creates a public square again, and this is some temporary events going on there, and we have three kind of one, two, and three kind of monumental stairs that can people reach the main building, let's say, and these are the floor plans of the building. When I come to this structure, the exploded axonometry, as you can see, I have a main structure, right? Concrete main structure, and I have a secondary steel structure here. You can see this one is and this one. So they are create one shell, and this shell is hanged to the other shell. And I have a public roof actually, and there are openable top windows for a cross section for a building. It's really huge volume actually, so I really need to a ventilation system. You see these tubes and blue tubes, yellow tubes and green tubes, and they have different kind of purposes. For example, blue tube is air conditioned, yellow tubes electric, and green tubes water tubes, etc. So, and this side of the building, in the southwest facade, I have also some protected main system, because the buildings openable double glazing windows. That's why I need some protected elements a little bit in the southwest direction, and it creates a buffer zone, let's say. So when I come to some atmospheric views, actually, you can of course look at more detailedly, but as a concept, you see the inner structure clearly, and outer structure, and it's rise above the ground, and so you can see at the minus level, minus floor, you can see this exhibition area, and some natural light is coming there, and it creates a playful area, let's say. And this is you see how this structure is very huge actually, and as I mentioned, its bottom of the building was designed as a socialization area. So you see this the kind of amphi people then temporary events going on there, let's say, and we have three kind of circulation elements, and it's like it's three kind of circulation elements to reach the building, and this you see reflected surface actually. So the people and environment reflection, and the interior environment, you can see these tubes that the ventilation tubes and so on. And I forget to mention that in the section, but I would like to mention in here. I have some acoustical element, because it's a huge volume, so we have some acoustical elements like curtains create acoustical elements for here, and of course for these are designed as a stairs, so I have many this kind of amphis, so people can read and hang out with people, study there, and so on actually. So after you can check detailedly. I really wonder your comments and so on. Thank you for listening to me. Maybe I made a long presentation to you, but I would like to explain all this area that you didn't see before maybe. So I would like to thank you for you again. So after that, I'm gonna share with you the video of my design. You can watch it also, and you can maybe you can have a more clear idea about my design.